I wouldn't say this is my worst audition, but it became infamous as being my worst audition. I auditioned to play the role, and afterwards the feedback was the casting director said to my agent that I was so bad that she would never bring me in for anything ever again. And she didn't. I do love the audition where it was for some like psychological thriller starring like Richard Gere or something like that. I was auditioning to play like a prostitute who was like homeless in Alaska, and just like for 3 days like really got myself in the zone and like created this whole thing. And like I remember being in the waiting room and just like being like just like in it and just like, oh, I'm so messed up and like I'm starving in Alaska and all this stuff. And then like I went and did this scene, and the scene is supposed to be me being interrogated and like confronting my abuse and all this stuff, and I'm like crying and shaking and doing this whole thing. And I really thought I nailed it. And then afterwards my manager was like, what did you do? And I was like, oh, I was acting. And she's like, oh, they said that you were very scary. You scared them. Just so you know, Vanessa Hudgens got the job. And I was like, ooh, I misread what kind of film this was. Took it too far, always took it too far. So quickly, Terminator, I tested for it. When I was pulling into the audition for it, I got a flat tire. I did my audition. A couple days later, I found out that I didn't get it, and I got no feedback whatsoever other than just no, it wasn't gonna happen. And I was always like, what? Why didn't I get that? Like, I felt like I did a really good job. I didn't understand. And then like months later, my manager called and was like, listen, we got the feedback finally. And what it was they said that they didn't think that you knew how to carry a gun. And I was like, oh, okay, that would make sense if I carried a gun in the audition. I never held a gun. I mean, I'm grateful because I don't want to hold a gun in a movie, but I just thought it was funny that in their head they thought I couldn't hold the gun, so I didn't get the job.